Hey everybody, welcome to On the Rise. I'm Ashley Inveld, coming to you from Sussex County Community College. Today we have Please Exist, which is the two-man band with John and Ralph. What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Good. How would you categorize the music you guys play?
We were discussing this and we came up with, so you say something like post-hardcore, but then you get...
Yeah, kind of pigeonholed into like, it's like, okay, they're just like that band. It's like, oh, a Jawbox, Fugazi, whatever, I don't know.
And it's like, yeah, but their fans probably aren't going to like our band so much.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know, we play loud, heavy music. Sometimes it's not,
All right.
sometimes it's not loud and heavy.
Yeah.
But most of the time it is.
Like, we try to write heavy songs that can very easily be played acoustically as well. Like, so, I don't know.
Well, hopefully that'll pan out.
Yeah, the term that I came up with was apoca pop, is what we play.
Can you elaborate?
It's like apocalyptic pop music. It's like, it's angry and it's loud, but at the same time, we try to hit those notes that draw people in, that make you feel something and not just, oh, this is the most brutal thing I've ever heard, bro. Like, you know,
Brutal for the sake of being brutal.
Yeah, there's a place for that, but it's not always, you know, what we
There's
go for.
there's melody and ear candy parts, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that. And you said that you have a company, or you're working with a company called Not Rock Records.
Yeah, it's actually it's kind of, we don't like to think of it really as like a record label, even though that's what we call it. It's more of like a collective, and it's kind of a linking and grouping of bands and musicians that are, I'd say, like-minded. That it's mostly just people that I know that I think are just making fantastic music. And the idea was originally just to, you know, if someone checks out the one band, it's like, what's this Not Rock Records thing? It's like, oh, what are these other bands? And then hopefully, you know, maybe they would like some of them too.
Right.
So we do like DIY compilations and a lot of stuff like that.
So how would you say you guys network most? Would it be through Facebook or, you know, just your friends? Like, how would you say you get your name out there?
I would say like those kind of channels, the Facebooks and
Yeah,
and, the Bandcamp, which is the new favorite, I think, amongst
definitely.
most musicians.
Yeah.
But yeah, that and word of mouth.
Word of mouth works best. Even still,
Yeah, try to.
you know, there's like less and less people. There's the problem with like Facebook is that it's so on the rise that like there's more and more people are not checking out bands pages anymore because it's like, well, there's like 5 million bands.
Right.
It's kind of like Not Rock, where at one point there were more bands than there were members in those bands because we were all just big and incested group of music.
Oh, that's cool though. And now, what would you say? Would you say you have a pretty big following because of that?
It's, you know, it's gone up and down over the years. You know, there's been some bands that got quite a bit of notoriety and then, you know, kind of, I don't know,
Fizzled out.
and then, you know, people lose interest and then they come back, and so
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
So-
The problem with our band too right now is like we don't even have like a full-length CD yet, so it's kind of hard to like our following that we've been building is strictly based on people who have been coming to our shows or happen
Right.
to be there, and so far it's been pretty
positive, really.
Yeah, I would
Positively
say.
received, I would say.
probably the best thing I've done thus far musically.
Well, then obviously the music that you guys produce speaks to your audience. So how would you say you portray either, like, where do you get your inspiration from to write your lyrics or your music? What would you say, what do you channel through your music?
When I used to write lyrics, most of it was very, very like dreamy and just kind of out there. Like a lot of times they were based on like stories or fiction. And these days I'm kind of trying to keep it a little bit more grounded because when you start getting too vague and just like what is this guy talking about,
Yeah.
it kind of tends to. Granted, people can adapt anything to fit their current problem or whatever, you know. There comes a time when just saying, feeling how it is makes people feel a lot better.
Right.
Makes me feel a lot better when I'm saying it because I'm not trying to be poetic and dance around you know, what I want to say. It's just saying it. So
Right.
lately, I've been trying to do that a little bit more. It used to just be about, like,
It's a
you
lot
know,
of fantastical stuff.
yeah. If you're feeling lonely, you would write about being an astronaut. And
Yeah.
Which still happens.
it still happens sometimes, but trying to write more about being lonely,
Right.
you know.
Has your personality changed since, you know, you started playing music, and how long have you even been playing?
Nah.
I no, I would say my personality changes when I play music. I mean, I think I guess everyone does, but I don't know. It's kind of like when I play. It's like I'm a pretty awkward kind of nervous guy in general, but it's like when we play, it's like that's gone.
Just goes away.
It's like I could
Yeah.
be screaming on top of a mountain, and it's like I don't care what anyone thinks like in that room at that moment. It's like we're just doing what we do, you know.
Yeah, that's.
Right.
I would completely agree with that. Just kind of, you know, vibing off each other and, I don't
Yeah.
know.
So you were saying that you could scream off of a mountaintop. Would you say that's what kind of vocals do you guys have? Is it mainly screaming?
It's a mixed bag.
There's
Chex party mix.
we try to in everything that we do, we try to go to both ends of the spectrum, where it's like if we're gonna write a pretty song, we're gonna try to make it like the most beautiful song ever written.
Right.
And if we're gonna write a heavy song, we want it to sound like two freight trains hitting each other. Like that's just so it's same goes vocally, where I try to, you know, I've been working on singing quieter and, you know, being more melodic in the way that I sing, and not just, I used to be kind of monotone.
Mm-hmm.
A range.
Yeah. Yeah, and as far as screaming, there's a lot of that going on too, and it's sometimes hard to try to do both in like one song. It's like a lot of bands that do that kind of thing have like, oh, there's the scream guy who's got the good scream, and then there's the singing guy who's got the good voice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be both,
Right.
and he's got a lot of backing vocals to which he's not really aware of yet.
Yeah.
That's I've been, you know, coming up with ideas for him in our songs, and you know, when we go to record our vocals for our record, he'll be like, "All right, dude, here you go."
Well, it
Here's all the
seems-
stuff you're supposed to be doing. I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
It
can't
seems
catch
as
them at
though
drum parts anymore.
if it does exist musically, you guys pretty much play it, right? So that brings me to my next question. How did you come up with the name Please Exist?
It's all you again.
It was a poem I wrote.
Oh, okay.
It was just called "Please Exist," and it was it was originally written with the intention of like I was being emo that day, and it was about, you know,
It happens
it was
to
like
the best of us.
it was
It's okay.
it was supposed to be about like, I guess, love, but when I thought about it more and more and more, I thought about how cool of a band name that is, especially for us, because like I said at the time, we were writing about pretty out there things. You know, we've written about vampires and monsters in general.
Sounds
and-
pretty cool to me.
So it was like, you know, sometimes life just gets boring, you know, and it's just like, please let there be something out there that's
Let all these crazy things that are popping
Yeah.
around my head and let them really be out there somewhere.
exactly, yeah, be like wide-eyed forever kind
Yeah.
of thing about everything. So
So the people that you play for, they where have you played before?
We haven't played much. I mean, our first show was about a year ago. We've only played like half a dozen times. Just locally, there's a place that does like local all ages shows in Byram. It's actually held in the municipal building, like once the third Friday of every month. They refer to it as the BCS Lounge because it used to be in the Byram Consolidated School. But we play there. We played there like 3 times.
yeah,
And there's like volunteers that do that. It's cool because again, it's all ages, so it's a place for local kids to have a place to go and see music and not
Right.
have to be in a bar or whatever where it's like, you know, they can't get in or
Yeah.
something. And just, I don't know, where else did we play? We played
well, we played that place in
Mountain Lakes. There was another kind of basement of a church kind of vibe.
yeah, we've only ventured into the city once so far.
Oh, brave.
Yeah.
It's actually in Brooklyn.
We hope to do a lot more. I mean, we've played together in other bands before that I've played in. Like, we played the Knitting
Yeah.
Factory once. But we've been a band for probably about a year and a half now. But
Almost.
once we have a CD and more out there, or just tracks on the internet, it'll be easier for us to get shows. Right now,
Yeah.
we don't really have much
Yeah.
recorded to.
We've been working on a recording. For,
Yeah. Should be done by the end of summer, hopefully.
Well, I give you guys a lot of credit just because you are just two people. So you have to make up for, most bands have, 5 or 6 people. So you guys
At
must
least
make
3,
quite
yeah.
a presence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys are going to play for us today, right?
That's right.
That's the idea.
Great. You will be playing May 11th at the Stanhope House.
Yep.
Nice. At 8. So looking forward to
I
that.
think the doors are at 8. There's 2 other awesome musician band people. There's a dude, Matt Olson, who's fantastic, like a acoustic folky kind of guy, and another band called Cats in the Grass, which is they're fantastic as well.
They're fun.
Awesome.
Be a good time for all.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are on Facebook, right?
Yes.
So if you like what you see and you're looking forward to hearing them on May 11th, check them out on Facebook. Please Exist on Facebook. And it's
Thank
great
you.
having you here.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
And
much.
no problem. And we're going to hear you guys play.
You needed a new heart, so here is mine. I know that it won't change your mind. 'Cause I'm just a boy, just a boy. 'Cause I'm just a boy, just a boy. I ran through the labs, chapels, and nursery. Doctors and nurses, get ready for surgery. 10 men yelled and tried to change my mind. But this world without you is a terrible crime. I put the cold gun in my dry mouth. In a flash, rubber gloves my heart took out. When you woke up, my heart was healthy but racing. Guess it still does that when it's your face it's tracing. No, I was scared to die for you. One happy thought saw me to see it through. If my heart truly was in my lover's chest, all bad poems and words can rest. You know how I felt without all of the above. My murmur for you forever, my love. Put the cold gun in my dry mouth. In a flash, rubber gloves my heart took out. When you woke up, my heart was healthy but racing. Guess it still does that when it's your face is tracing.
that was Please Exist. Thanks for coming, you guys. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Join us next time for On the Rise. And this is Ashley and Bill coming to you from Sussex County Community College.